me tell you about the psychology behind Facebook advertising. All right. So imagine that you're flipping through Facebook and you see an ad. Right. If you click on an ad, there's typically something that motivated you to click on that ad. It might be something that you're interested in. It might be something that is related to something that you're passionate about. And the ad itself, whether it was an image or it was a video or it was something, it caught your attention enough for you to click or for you to engage. And Facebook is all about engagement. They want to be able to have an engaged audience. They don't want people, right? They have billions of users every month. They don't want them to leave and start utilizing other platforms. They want to have people coming back to Facebook every single day. So Facebook wants to make sure that you're still coming back because you have or you find value within Facebook, meaning that you can come back to Facebook and not only can you catch up on friends and what they're doing and where they're at, but that the content that you're going to be seeing in your newsfeed is going to be something that's interesting to you, or at least it's going to capture your attention enough so that you want to scroll through the newsfeed and see what Facebook is showing you. And that's very, very important to them. So what they do when we start advertising is that they'll show the ad, whether it's a video or an image, and we'll talk about the different types of ads, and they'll show it to a certain amount of people within that audience that you've selected, and immediately gauge whether the people that are seeing your ad like it, if it's relevant to them, or if it's not. And the results of that happens typically within the first few minutes or few hours of an ad being launched, will really determine the health of the advertising campaign for the life of that campaign. So think about that when we start advertising products, and as we're doing the ad for one particular product today, so we can show you how to actually do that, right? Why is somebody that you're showing that ad to going to click? Why would they engage? Why would they post a comment? If you think about some of the stuff that you respond to or some of the stuff that you pay attention to, maybe it's a video, maybe it's something that's funny, maybe it's something that's unique or weird, or it's just something that you're really interested in. And that's exactly what we want to do. We want to put interesting, unique, weird, funny type content in front of the audience enough so that they can take a second to evaluate the content and even click on it. And when it comes to a product, we want to show them a product that's going to capture their attention. We don't want to show them a boring product. We don't want to show them a product that they can walk over and buy at a Target, get a Walmart. We don't want to show them a product that is not really something that they would want to buy on an impulse, right? Because most of the buyers at the beginning of an e-commerce store are going to be impulse buyers, meaning they're going to see your ad, they're going to see the product, and they're simply going to click on it and they're going to want to buy it. And that's going to be the bulk of your sales. Then you'll have people that like the product but are not ready to buy, or they got distracted and didn't buy. And for that, we have the pixel. The pixel, what Domingo discussed last week, is extremely important because it's that piece of code that goes on your website so that Facebook knows when somebody goes onto your website and whether they add to cart or they click on the product and they go onto the content, view content of the product page, whatever that is, that's information that Facebook is taking back into your pixel and is able to use for future advertising. Not only that, if you properly set up your store, it's very likely that not only will you be able to create an audience from people that visited your store that maybe didn't buy, but you'll also be able to possibly collect emails, which will allow you to do email marketing. So very, very important. Somebody's asking if the slides are turning. Nope, I'm just talking right now. I'm about to dive into it. You should be able to see the Shopify homepage of the Force of Nature store, Shopify store. So thank you for asking. So that is that foundation, right? That is that foundation of Facebook and advertising. So one of the first things I want to do is dive right into what we discussed last week, right? AliExpress is that platform what we're going to use in order to find products. There are other sites out there, and people have asked that question in the last couple of weeks. yeah, there are other stores or other manufacturers or vendors, other wholesalers, not only here in the U.S. but also abroad, that you potentially could connect to your Shopify store and sell products from. But we found AliExpress to be the easiest and one store and one platform that, when done properly, can easily generate you those six-figure sales or six-figure months or six-figure years that you might be looking for in e-commerce. Now, we want to simplify the process. Once you've mastered this process, once you've mastered Facebook advertising and you feel confident in being able to generate sales of a product through Facebook advertising, then you can decide, hey, I want to look for a wholesaler in the US or another country that's online or offline that has better quality products or that has faster shipping or just different products that maybe AliExpress doesn't offer. I would advise that you wait until you feel confident and comfortable setting up the store and properly advertising that store to generate sales before you dive into a more complex model. And then that's the whole purpose of this bootcamp, is so we can show you the foundation of actually how to be able to generate results and have a successful store, and then the sky's the limit after that. So in AliExpress, I know Domingo was showing you a sample store of butterflies last couple weeks, but we also mentioned that we had the Force of Nature store. So if I click on the homepage here and I click on View Store or View Web Page, you can see this is the store, Force of Nature store. This store has a handful of products that are all deer related, and this store has had a lot of success. And this is a store that we've used for training over the last year and a half, and so it's cyclical. But if we click on women's apparel, for example, you can see some of the products that are being sold in the store. These leggings, I can tell you, just looking at the results and the reports, that is one of the best-selling products that the store has had in a while, especially last year. So we'll probably start with this product and putting it out there into the audiences that like deers, and we'll talk about that in order to start generating some traction with the Pixel, and I'll talk about what that means. But you can see that there's a lot of products that are deer related, because imagine this: your store here is it has products of all kinds, right? It has phone cases, socks, shirts, jewelry, accessories. So think about this: if you capture the attention of somebody that loves deers, and they say, let's say they love the leggings, and the leggings is what you're advertising on Facebook. Well, if they click on the link for the leggings and they're going to buy the leggings, if they happen to have an extra couple minutes, it's very likely that they're going to see what other products you're selling, right? They're going to see what other products are you selling, and if they love deers enough because they clicked on the link to come to this product, then you can rest assured that there's a high likelihood that when they visit your store, they're going to like some of these other products. So that's why we put all these products, not necessarily because we're going to be advertising every single one of those, but simply because we know that if people that are visiting the store love deers, then all these other deer products could potentially be other products that they buy. And ultimately, what we're doing is increasing the average order value of every customer, right? So we don't want them to just buy the $17.25 legging. We hopefully want them to visit the store and say, hey, maybe I want to buy this mini bag for an additional $10.80. Well, we didn't do any advertising for this mini bag, and there's a margin there. So if they add that to their cart, all of a sudden now you have a $27 order instead of a $17 order, and the margin just went up. So we want to do that, and we'll talk more about that in some of the advanced strategies. So let's go back to AliExpress. You already know how to add a product into your store, right? So let me just recap that really quick. Let's say we want to look at something that's deer jewelry. You want to make sure that when you're in AliExpress, that you use Chrome. Google Chrome is a very good browser for AliExpress and for Shopify. As a matter of fact, the application that we use on the store here under application to be able to process orders and to be able to import products and something that Domingo talked about last week is called Oberlo. Oberlo also has a Google Chrome extension. If you can see here in the upper right corner, this is a AliExpress product importer, which makes it very, very easy when you're in AliExpress. And let's say you like these earrings. If you like these earrings and you click on it, and I'll tell you something that I learned from Domingo and others that I think is very valuable. So when you're analyzing a product and you want to see if this product is has potential for sale, right? A couple of things you want to look at. One is the price point. $2.91, a lot, right? So this may or may not work because this is a 6-piece. But if I like the product, I can just backtrack and look for something that's similar. So if I can click on, let's say, deer earrings, maybe I'll be able to find another manufacturer that has it. So this is a pair, right? A pair of earrings for $192, and these are red. So let's say I like these. But before I click on it, I just realized something. And I'm glad that I caught myself. It says here, no e-packet, right? You want to be able to find products that have e-packet. Domingo talked about that last week. The importance of an e-packet is that there's going to be an electronic number that can track the order. And for customers, that's extremely important. They want to feel comfortable that the order is trackable so that they know that the order is on its way and they know when to expect it. So even though I like this product, I'm not going to click on this because it doesn't have an e-packet. But I'm going to click on these. This has an e-packet for $1.89. Processing time is about 5 days, right? Some of these are 7 days. Some of these can go down to 3 days or 2 days. But a lot of these are 7 days. So 5 days, I feel comfortable that even though it's a little longer than I would like, it will work. So if I click on the product, like I mentioned, I'm looking at the price point, $1.97. I feel very comfortable with this because I know that this can easily be sold for $14, $17, $19, or even $22, $24 because of how it looks and the quality of it, just based on the picture. And you can see some actual photos. It looks very clean, very well done, very nice product. Right? If you walk into a Macy's or a Kohl's or any of these stores and they were selling this, you could bet that they would be selling it for way above $10 a piece, probably closer to $20. And $1.97 gives me good margin. Another thing that I like about this is if I go here under shipping, I want to look for e-packet, and here it is. E-packet's $1.89, so that's going to add to my cost. So if I select let's say the gold earrings, there's $1.87 for the product plus $1.89 of shipping for a total of $3.86. Here, I know that I can easily sell it for $12.99, $12.97, $14.95, that kind of number easily, and still show a discount and still make a profit because the margin is there. And when it comes to price points, you wanna feel comfortable that the price point is not going to be too expensive, but also it's not going to be too cheap. You don't want to try to compete in prices, right? You want to compete in value. You want to show that the value of the product is there and that the product is good and that the product is worth $20, $25 or more for something like this. And if you do that, then they'll be more than happy to pay $14, $16, $17, $18 for this pair of earrings. So once you found a product that you like, another thing that I like to do here is try to see a feedback. If there's no feedback here, that means it's a newer product. It was just recently added. Another thing that I like to see here is the store. See, this is important to note, right? This store here has been open for 1 year. Now, typically, you want to go with stores that have been around longer, right? 1 year, I think they're too new. And that could potentially cause a problem later on. And the reason why is because you don't know if they're reliable. You don't know if they're going to be able to ship the product on time, if they're going to be able to properly do it and make sure that they're in communication with you. So if you don't want to run that risk, you can easily just go back to AliExpress, deer earrings, and start searching for another vendor that has a better rating. Now you can tell that the rating, if I click on orders, under sort by, it's going to give you some